53? What number is it? Oh, 53?
Oh, yeah, I did.
And it's when, as of?
As of September 4th.
Let's like seniors.
Yeah, 53.
How come we changed the date?
Because
You know why I was
the
looking
letter
for this
give
color.
notice
Oh,
to Walker. Yeah.
That's the calendar color.
Welcome, everyone, to the Oakland Mayor and Council meeting. August 22nd, 2018. Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Here.
Councilman Knapp?
Here.
Councilman Kamala?
Here.
Councilman Levy?
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Here.
Councilman Talamini?
Move,
Did you forget me?
Nope, Mayor Schwager.
Yeah.
move to excuse Councilman Talamini.
Second. So moved.
Before we begin, if you could look at your cell phones and kindly turn off the sound.
Well, I think I did.
You think you did it? Yeah. Councilman Pignatelli has a new phone, so
Sorry.
he's just checking to make sure he did that right. And also, we request that you please refrain from texting because it is discourteous and disruptive and could be construed as a violation of the Public Meetings Act. At this time, I ask you to stand to salute to the flag. Remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Our borough attorney will be walking in shortly. He was detained at another meeting. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. And I will start with my mayor's report. On the agenda tonight is a resolution to extend the grace period for tax bills. The tax bills will be coming out on or about, or as we say, approximately September 1st, 2018. There was a delay due to the waiting for state aid to determine what the local school board was doing, what the regional school board was doing, what the county was doing. So the tax bill should come out approximately September 1st. The grace period required by state statute is at least 25 days. So when the bills come out without penalty, you make sure you pay your bill, your tax bill, by September 28th this year. If you don't get your tax bill and everybody else does, then run to Borough Hall, and there's a problem. But nobody has received a tax bill yet, so do not panic. Just a reminder that Bergen County's annual senior picnic will be held on Wednesday, September 12th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Van Sword Park in Paramus. I'm giving the flyer to Ariel, our senior citizen director. I'm sure Councilman Bialy might mention more about it. There will be transportation provided. So that's on September 12th. Another repeat reminder that Bergen County is hosting a styrofoam collection drive for styrofoam packaging. Now, you cannot, a lot of people don't know what to do with this styrofoam. Well, Bergen County is having this drive, but you cannot bring styrofoam food containers and no styrofoam peanuts. I don't know what's left in styrofoam.
If I may.
Please, what else is there?
This basically is to collect those large pieces of styrofoam that come packing in televisions,
okay.
washing machines. That's really what they're going to be recycling. They're not recycling styrofoam cups.
No, or any
No.
food packaging,
No,
and you know
right.
those peanuts you get? No,
Yeah.
no.
So it's basically the big pieces of styrofoam.
Okay, so the two dates are September 22nd at the Leonia Public Library, located 227 Fort Lee Road in Leonia, from 10 to 3, and on September 23rd at the Glen Rock Recycling Center, located at 350 Doremus Road, from 12 to 3. So it's either September 22nd in Leonia or September 23rd in Glen Rock. The Borough newsletter, as you all have been hearing, is now online and will be a monthly publication. In order to sign up, you have to go to the Oakland website, go to the communications webpage, and sign up to receive the newsletter. If you want to submit any articles, news information, anything about the borough you wish to submit, you can do so by sending it online to Oakland Crossroads, OAKLANDCROSSROADS, one word, @gmail.com. So, and it must be submitted the 15th of the month for September, September 15th for October. So just remember, the middle of the month is the deadline to submit any news for the newsletter. A lot of chatter going around about Ramapo Valley Road. Now, I live on the north end, so I am affected by it, and every morning I am stuck in that traffic, and I go over those metal plates. We did receive, thank you to our borough engineer, John, we did receive a communication from PSE&G. And it says, Thackeray Road is scheduled for milling on August 29th and paving on September 4th. Remember, it's Thackeray Road, milling on August 29th and paving on September 4th. Now, Ramapo Valley Road. This council has allotted extra time for PSE&G to do their work with the gas mains, and they really are working. Unfortunately, the rain does hamper their ability to do any work. They are replacing old gas lines that have been broken, old, corroded. With the extra time we allowed them to work, they anticipated, now this is coming from PSE&G, anticipated to be completed by the end of next week, barring the weather. And that means, because I've been pestering them, please, you got to do this before school starts. So we let them start earlier. We let them work on longer days. We let them work on Saturdays. And they're pretty much saying, hopefully, we have our fingers crossed, that by the time school starts, all the work will be completed. However, if you ride 202, you know what a mess it is. And it's a county road. And we've been assured by the county that paving will be from Franklin Ave up to the end, which is around where it's not the pub anymore, the stables, where they do all the work. Maybe by November, they said, because everything has to settle in. So at least we won't have the police there directing traffic, one lane this way, one lane that way. So we're really hoping, and again, they assured us that they're working very hard and diligently, and hopefully it will not rain much more until they finish the work, and it will be finished before school starts, and this way the buses can get up and down, and all the driving, and the children walking. I hope they are so careful walking. Now, speaking about the traffic on 202, a special thank you to Councilman Levy for arranging the last meeting with the county and our borough engineers, and to talk about the traffic on 202, which is something that is a major problem. The 202 is controlled by, hello, oh, are you up there, down there?
I was down.
Route 202, Ramapo Valley Road, is a county road. They control the county. We have all the side streets. We control the side streets. They control some of the lights, and the state, New Jersey Department of Transportation, controls other lights. So dealing with the road and traffic and congestion, we have major problems. Not only do we have to work with the three entities of the town, the county, and the state, but the biggest hassle is the railroad tracks that go right through it, and they have the priority over all the other entities. So we're going to be dealing with this on the council level, and There'll be a committee formed to work with them, and we are working on it. Plus, we have Station Park, which is in the middle of everything, so you'll be hearing a lot more about it. One of the residents contacted me this week also about the Stream House and Ben Allen House. I signed a contract this week for Margaret Hickey. She's supposed to come back with some kind of plan how we could finally do something with the Stream House. So again, keep your fingers crossed. This is a very promising move forward.
Mayor, that was like at least 2-3 months ago.
I know, and I said that exactly to Richard.
I mean, how long does it take?
I said that to Richard. Richard, you were supposed to
Yeah,
call.
I have the same thought you did, so I'll be in touch with Margaret before the week is out.
Yes.
And I'll get an update for everybody.
She was supposed to get back to us. She said it wasn't going to take this long. So please find out, otherwise we're going to move away from
Yeah,
the
I'll tell her
company.
I'm not that happy, I'm not happy that she's been taking so dang long.
Well, we're
And she wants a
impatient.
contract from us?
Yes,
Mayor?
yes.
Can I just ask a question about that? Margaret Hickey came in front of this council 4 or 5 months ago, and she made it abundantly clear that there was nothing that could be saved in that stream house. I believe that's what her testimony was to this council.
And she was
Okay.
supposed to have given us a proposal.
So I guess,
The follow-up item, and what you contracted for, was for her to put together a cost estimate of the project, so you can make a decision then on whether to move forward or not.
so I just for clarification purposes, is it to knock it down at this point?
Dismantle.
To dismantle?
We have, no, we
The
can't call it
cost
knock it
estimate
down.
would be
No,
to
that's a no-no.
dismantle it,
Dismantle.
and I
But-
believe also to rebuild, and choose to provide a cost estimate, so you can see what that would be before moving forward.
And when we
I-
dismantle,
I-
we have to have a plan to rebuild.
I guess my-
That's the plan.
I understand, but I guess my question is at this point, since, I mean, I've been on the council now for 5 years, so we've been dealing with this a long time, as well as John and everybody else. Are we not, I mean, this is something that we own as a borough property. Okay?
Yes.
If it was any resident that had their house in disrepair the same way this was, we'd have our zoning people over it. So
All right.
here's what I'm asking, Mayor, real quick. Does this council, can we direct, if this council decides to tell Rich to please get quotes to have it dismantled now, so it's down, and then deal with rebuilding it later?
We can't do it that way.
What Ms. Hickey is doing is providing you essentially with that cost estimate, so you'll understand what that cost will be, both for, for a whole project. Part of it is to remove, and then also to rebuild.
Here's
Because
the big difference, here's the big difference. 10 years ago when she came here, 10, 11, 12 years ago when she came here, it would cost $700,000 or $800,000 to do, because it has to be replaced exactly with the material that was here in 1901.
Not quite.
Now
No,
that,
that-
wait a
that's
minute,
a-
wait a
Can I
Wait, no, no,
clarify
Everybody
something?
stop,
I'm not
everybody, wait.
I'm not
Let me
finished.
finish my
that's
report,
wrong.
and then we will bring it up under new
It's not
business.
wrong, I was there, John, it's not wrong.
All right. Let me finish my report, and let's move forward. That could be brought up under old business. New old business, well, some business. Let me just finish 2 more items. We all received a letter from Senator Card now, and the letter started with, "Dear Mayor Schwager, some constituents have called to my attention that athletic fields are regularly being sprayed with substances that are in some instances toxic to users of the field for a period of usually 72 hours post-spraying according to manufacturer instructions." I called his office immediately. I said, is this addressed to me as the mayor of Oakland because you got calls from residents of Oakland? Or is this a generic letter? And I was told by his office it's a generic letter that went out to all the towns in the 39th district. So I've been on the emails with all the other mayors of the Northwest Mayors Group. We all got the letter. And please, Oakland residents, do not worry. We do not use toxic substances. We use organic, just like all the other mayors who responded to me. So I just don't want anybody to worry. We're not using toxic substances. And the last item, and then we could go into discussions about other things. The last item is last week, it was very exciting to go to the Great Oak Park and attend a ceremony called the Girl Scouts Award Ceremony. I've been to so many Boy Scout, Eagle Scout ceremony, the highest award for Eagle Scouts. Never was I involved with the Girl Scouts and the Gold Star ceremony. it was really very exciting, and it was very special. Congratulations to Catherine Benini for receiving the Girl Scouts Gold Award. Her project was making 5 signs made of metal, which located and identified specific Pleasureland artifacts, and it was very nice, the signs. So if you go into Great Oak Park in the daylight, this was at night, go in the daylight, walk around, you'll see these little metal signs with little information about the artifacts of Pleasureland, and it was a Girl Scouts Gold Award ceremony project. So that's very exciting. Now, with that, I will entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody wish to speak? No one wishes to speak? There's
Motion
people
closed?
here tonight.
So moved.
Second.
That's to close?
That was quick.
Okay.
You gotta work fast here, guys.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, August 8th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Net?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Abstain? I wasn't here.
That's a good reason. There was an executive session on August 8th. You will have the minutes from the executive session. If there's going to be any discussion, it must be made during executive session. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Will there be any discussion?
No.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Net?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Abstain?
Now, originally on the agenda was a presentation by PharmaCann. They are dispensers, I don't know what they are.
Medical
They weren't
marijuana.
manufacturing, dispensing. Medical
Cultivating.
marijuana,
All of it,
Cultivating.
cultivating, dispensing.
producing, dispensing.
They don't dispense.
Yes, they do.
They sell to companies that.
They-
That's
they
not
wholesale.
dispensing
They're wholesalers.
to wholesalers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're not coming.
Okay.
So it's
So
irrelevant.
I apologize if you're sitting here to listen to PharmaCann's presentation. It will be at another time in the future, and we will give a lot of notice. I tried to get it on Facebook. I had some people put it on the mom's Facebook page, so the moms, people who go on mom's Facebook would know they're not coming. But thank you all for coming anyway.
Mayor, you just want to notify them that we're bringing up the prohibition of sale of marijuana products?
It's on the agenda.
Right.
Okay, resolutions. If anybody wishes to have any pulled out, let me know. Resolution 18276, extend the grace period for tax payments due to the delayed issuance of tax bills until approximately September 1st. State law requiring a 25-day period. Therefore, third quarter tax payments will not be due without penalty if you pay by September 28th, 2018. Resolution 18277, appoint a per diem dispatcher. It's been requested by the police department, and it is for Kevin Benke at a step 1 salary of $20 per hour, effective August 23rd, 2018. If you need further information, we have it here. 18278 is authorized return of property in the amount of $8. And the refund will go to Robert Kulikin, 24 Lake Raconda Drive in Ringwood. Again, it's $8. Resolution 18279, authorizing hiring of account clerk, which is going to be our tax collector. And this is all a result of the resignation. If you've been to our tax office, Patrick resigned due to, he resigned. And so we needed to fill the vacancy. And we are requesting to hire Deborah Benigno, you said I pronounced it wrong. Benigno for the position. And it will be at a salary of $53,000 effective September 4th, 2018. Rescind petty cash accounts, resolution 18280. And petty cash fund for the Public Events Committee and the Oakland Volunteer Fire Department will be rescinded. And that's, again, due to inactivity. 18281, authorized refund of permit fee, and this is for $52 for electrical work that is no longer taking place. The refund will be sent to Thomas Swenson, 86 Algonquin Trail, amount $52. 18282 is to authorize a settlement agreement pertaining to KP's, those are the initials, employment with the Borough of Oakland. It's a last chance agreement, and it was executed, well, it wasn't fully executed until today, not August 17th, 2018. That's when he signed it. We signed it as of today. And 18283 is hiring a Public Works laborer. It's a vacant position in the Department of Public Works. And the recommendation is to hire Brian D'Amato to fill the full-time vacancy. And it is at an annual salary of $35,603. And it is effective Monday, September 10th, 2018. And I'm suggesting that be pulled out. So I'm asking for a consent agenda from 18276, 277, 278, 279, 280, and 281, 282. There a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Okay, resolution is 18283 is the Public Works laborer. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Abstain.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinances. Introduction. What? Did you say something?
No, Pat mentioned something.
Ordinance 18 Code 773, this is a discussion we had talked about at the last meeting, hunting and discharge of firearms. Is there a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
And when is the final hearing?
That would be September, I believe that's
12th?
September 12th, yep.
Yes. The next one is the proposed, the
Mayor?
18 Code, yes.
Just to go back, maybe it would be good for Brian, our attorney, to explain to the public why we have that discharge firearm ordinance.
That we
Just
discussed
for the-
at the last
and
meeting.
People must be saying, how come we're doing this?
Right. Well, we've always had an ordinance, this is an amendment to the existing ordinance, and what has happened is that a number of communities have been advised by the state that their ordinance is not consistent with state law regarding hunting and discharge of firearms, specifically with regard to state and other government-owned property. So based upon the review by the police department and our office, we prepared an amendment to the ordinance which is consistent with state law. It establishes parameters like no discharge within 450 feet of a residence or schools and the like, similar to what we've done with other communities in the area.
Thank you.
I hope everybody understood that. Only because we had discussed this at such length last time. Okay, the next one is an introduction, and it's 18 Code 7767, prohibition of the sale of marijuana products. This is the introduction. After it's introduced, the public will have time to review the ordinance, and the final hearing will be held on September 12th, 2018, if the introduction passes tonight. And it is prohibition against the operation of retail marijuana establishments, including retail marijuana stores, retail marijuana cultivation facilities, retail marijuana products, manufacturing facilities, retail marijuana testing facilities, and the operation of retail marijuana social clubs are prohibited within the Borough of Oakland. And it precludes the medical use of marijuana. So is there a motion to introduce?
So moved. Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Biallo?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
And again, the final hearing will be on September 12th. You can obtain a copy of the ordinance, Borough Hall. You can call me, I'll send it to you, we can email it to you. And at that time, we will have a public hearing on this issue. And this is ordinance 18 Code 767, prohibition of sale of marijuana products. The next one is final adoption of 18 Code 772, zoning amendments, I can't even speak tonight, zoning amendments permitting billboards. This was held off until the planning board had the opportunity to review it. The planning board has no comment, right? That's exactly, whose phone is that? Shame on you.
They did have comment there.
They did.
Yes.
Yes, the planning board had comment, basically wanted to put in alphabetical order, the definitions, and
Oh,
to meet the requirements. There was a typographical error, and they wanted to add a reference to the administrative code. We indicated that in accordance with the regulations. So those have been added to the ordinance. They were not substantive changes.
Right.
They were either clarifications or just reorientation. So we made those revisions, and it's on for final hearing
In other words,
tonight.
there were no objections.
Correct.
That's the bottom line for the planning board. And this is the billboard that will go on Route 287. Not in town, but on Route 287. And if I'm correct, because I was getting so confused which way it was facing, it was on the northbound side? Northbound side.
Correct.
So it was not facing the borough. Okay. So at this point, I will entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak on the billboard?
Motion
Anybody want to be
closed.
on the billboard?
Motion closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now a motion to approve 18 Code 772 zoning amendment permitting billboards.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Biallo?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
No.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's why you're here. He thought it was the zoning board meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, we
No work session items. Anybody have any new business? Now you could bring up. You want to bring it up? It's new old business?
Well, Pat
No,
made
I'm looking
the,
at Eric.
Oh, you had the floor first, John.
okay, we
He's
were
going
talking
back.
about
Actually, I
this,
had the floor.
Oh,
we were talking about the,
that's why we need the tables to go out, so
the
we can see.
stream house. We were talking about the stream house, and when Margaret made the anticipated cost of remodeling the existing building, it was that much money. It was several hundred thousand, 700,000.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but this is not about remodeling. This is about dismantling and rebuilding anew, which is not going to, you don't have to follow any specific historic structure policy when you're building a brand-new building, which this would be.
Which I was going to say that if you gave me a couple more seconds.
Oh, because
she
I thought you were
said-
making a point that this
No,
is
no,
going to
no.
cost 700,000.
No. She
Oh,
said
okay.
it wouldn't because you could use similar material now that's made of plastic or made of, different kind of wood.
No, you don't even have to follow any kind of
But I'm saying
historic policy
Before you had to
whatsoever.
hire a special contractor, you had to have
You don't
one
have to
say
do that,
wood.
no.
you don't
No,
have to
we
do it.
just
I know
have,
that.
to, according to what I interpreted, that she said, we pretty much have to promise to rebuild something.
Yeah, well, that's part of, see, I must share with you, and something I think Eric brought up, maybe we should go out and get, but it turns out that Margaret is the conduit to SHPO that's getting us the blessing to take the building down. Without her, we don't do that. So Margaret has, because of her experience with SHPO and because of her recognition as one of the top architects in the field of historic rebuilding, she has made some pledge to SHPO that we will build another structure there, because the structure that's there now is completely a mess, and it shouldn't be rebuilt because of the structure itself.
However, she did not say it was going to take this long. And I had
No,
said this
she
to
didn't,
Richard.
Mayor?
Find out.
No, Mayor, can I just make the suggestion? I would like to, if with the governing body agrees, to ask the administrator to get quotes on what it would take to take the building down now. So that when Margaret comes here, whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, and we get the green light that everything's in process, we're not stuck waiting anymore. I'd
Well, I
like to
don't
move
think
the
it should
process.
be, I don't think we should wait till the 3 months. She promised us by now.
Well-
She didn't say months. She said maybe a week or 2 or 3. I think that's what she said.
I don't think she said a week.
Mayor, I'd like to have a vote on this council to authorize the borough administrator to go out and get bids to take the building down.
I don't think we can just take the building down, because then we're going to be fined by the state.
No, he's not saying to take the building down. He's saying it's getting a
Ready.
step up.
Oh,
Just
take
get
on the
bids.
Just get the
process.
quotes.
This way, as
Okay.
soon as Margaret comes in and gives her blessing to SHPO, the building's gone.
Well, we're asking you, Richard, to call her tomorrow and get us an answer immediately, and let the entire council know what her response is.
Mayor? I'd like to put a motion on the floor. I'd like to put a motion on the floor
You
that
can put a motion
states
on the floor.
that we're going to advise the administrator to start getting quotes
No,
to have the
telling
building
him.
removed. Telling him to get the building removed, and he'll provide quotes within the next couple of meetings.
Well, the first thing he has to do is call Margaret Hickey tomorrow
that's fine.
morning, first, and tell her what we're doing.
Well, I mean, I think what Eric is saying, we could do that tonight and tell her
Right,
tomorrow.
but I think he
Yeah.
has to be told to tell her that, we're not, our patience has run
You're
already.
right.
Well,
Right.
it's two separate things. Yes, you're
Exactly.
right. She has to be told this needs to happen now. But what Eric is saying is subsequent to that, we need to go out and see about getting bids to get this building down so that when Margaret comes back to us, we already have, we know who the contractor is, we have the bid selected, and the minute she says, okay, building's
But I
done.
have a question. Does it have to be a particular type
She
of
said no.
a contract to knock it down?
No,
She said
Could
no.
be
Well,
anybody.
To knock it down, yes.
It's being dismantled.
dismantle.
I'm sorry,
They're gonna-
right, road word.
Dismantle
dismantle.
property.
No, I think what happens is, Mayor, they try and take some of the materials and see if they can repurpose them or reuse them.
Oh, I don't think they can.
Mayor?
Well, there's wood flooring and stuff in there, but I mean,
Mayor?
Yes.
We have an engineer here, maybe perhaps he can
Oh,
provide
I
some
forgot
insight.
you were here, I'm sorry.
Wait,
That's why we
you do?
didn't table it, I can't see you.
I think it's proper if the council wants to move that along by doing that, but when Rich goes out for quotes, I'm sure he's going to look at specialty, historic, structured,
Dismantling?
dismantling contractors, because some of the products may have to be salvaged, such as the masonry, et cetera. So while he could certainly start the process, but I think he needs to be cognizant that it's possible that this has to be done semi-properly,
Well,
so.
depending on the price, you may wind up in a formal bidding situation as well, depending on what those prices come in at, right? You're looking at prevailing wage, you're looking at perhaps specialized contractors, I don't know. That's actually part of the conversation I'm gonna have with Margaret, because it may be more than just calling up contractors and getting prices.
Ask-
They're gonna
ask
wanna know the
Margaret.
exact scope of work, how do you dispose of materials, all of that stuff as well.
There is asbestos.
and Frank
So-
LaMonica just offered to push the walls down. So.
We've had lots of those sorts of offers.
And Rich,
No, he's gonna be busy on Thackeray when they mill his street.
and Rich, as we remember, there is a significantly historic piece of that, which is the foundation.
Yes.
That's the one that's
idea
several
that that's
hundred
gonna
years
be,
old.
that's gonna remain, yes.
Yes,
Right.
and we can leave the foundation, just disassemble the building.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Rich,
it
could-
would be a pleasure.
I think there's a lot of questions. Rich, could you provide us a report at the next council meeting on where we stand on that?
No, he's gonna email us tomorrow after he speaks to
Okay,
Margaret.
very good.
I'm gonna follow up with Margaret, and I'll get back to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there's a motion.
Second,
So, you know what, aye.
Do we
right, take
we
a
don't
vote.
need a roll call, do we, for this?
Yeah, we should have a roll.
All right, a roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman
So
Pignatelli?
moved.
yes.
Do you know what the motion is?
It was to authorize Rich
Or
to get quotes
administrative.
to dismantle.
Hopefully.
It's not authorized.
Okay,
Mayor, I have just one quick new business item.
go ahead.
We took bids yesterday for the road program. 9 bidders responded. The bid range was rather close, from the low 1.3 million range to about the mid 1.4 range or so. The apparent low bidder is BLS Contracting at this time, but there are several bid alternates. So the bids are going to be under review by the Borough Attorney's Office, the Borough Engineer's Office, and myself. And we're going to be looking to make a recommendation in an actual contract award at the first meeting in September. Just wanted to make you aware.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mayor, can we discuss the issue of the gentleman's tree that somehow got lost in the mix over on Oak?
Yeah, I followed up with Scott today. He's seeking quotes for that, so we can move that ahead.
All right, so we think maybe in the next week or two?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He just wants to confirm the exact
perfect.
tree with the homeowner and,
Supposed to be June or July, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why we're doing it. That's why we're gonna do a
In September.
one-off. Thank you.
Any other new business? If not, council committee reports. Who wants to start, which end?
Start from the other side.
Okay. Councilman Knapp.
Okay, so Municipal Alliance, I have a meeting September 18th, I believe it is. Great Oak Park, I know they're looking for landscapers to help clear some of the debris and scrape up some of the old lawn so they could start seeding and all that for the new grass to come. So if anybody has a landscape company or is able to and/or willing to volunteer, or there's a little bit of funding available, get a hold of Mike Guadino, and I'm sure he'd love to talk to you. Public safety reports for the month of July, Fire Department, 36 calls for service, totaling 524 hours. That's 275 calls year-to-date, 6,754 hours on calls. The month of July, there were 9 drills, and obviously, well, not so obviously. So, and then 21 drills year-to-date, totaling 63 hours volunteer time. First aid squad, 96 calls for the month of July, 1 training event, and 4 standbys, total 101 events for the month. Totals 580 events for the year, and that's 11,595 hours volunteered by our ambulance people, which to me is outstanding. And police, for the month of July, 323 motor vehicle stops, only 1 school check, because there was no school. Fire calls 36, first aid calls 96, traffic enforcement details 12, radar details 9, 53 activated burglar alarms, and 49 motor vehicle crashes, which still,
49.
yeah, we had more crashes than you know. And certificates for some of our officers. Detective Mike Catanacci was awarded certification for National Child Passenger Safety Seat, so basically car seat installation. And Officer Joseph Nori, the same certification. And our Records Department, Phyllis Rios, was certified in OPRA and Records Management System for supervisors and clerks from the New Jersey State Association of Police Chiefs. And
Congratulations to her.
that is my report.
Councilman.
Thank you. The Oakland Flood Commission did not meet this month. They will start meeting again next month, the 10th, which is the second Monday of the month, 7:30 at the Senior Center. Again, reminding everybody that come January, the Flood Commission will need 2 new members. So if anyone's interested, you can go to Borough Hall, either see Kathy in the short term or Lisa, get a citizen leadership form.
On the website too.
The Station Park grant has been submitted, and it is in the hands of the New Jersey DOT for our grant in order to construct Station Park. And that's it.
Councilman.
Yes, Mary, thank you. I met with the Environmental Commission. There are 2 things that came up, and I believe a letter's been communicated to you, Mayor, about naming Potash Lake. Evidently on the tax records, it's not referred to as Potash
I
Lake.
saw that. Why isn't it?
I don't know.
It's always been Potash Lake.
Well, we refer to it as Potash Lake, but evidently the tax records does not indicate it as
Shouldn't it-
Potash Lake.
So who does that go through, the zoning?
Well, I think we,
to the tax assessor.
and then we would have to rename it if we want.
Well, what was the old name?
Yeah, what was that? A family name, it was,
What's Frank Lamont?
From day one, it was always Potash Lake.
I know.
Why don't you just adopt a resolution authorizing the tax assessor to change it on the records?
Could we do that? We have to do that formally.
Yeah, I would do it formally, and then
Next
they'll
meeting,
change it on
could you
the,
put that in the, all right, that's very good.
I mean, make it simple.
Yeah. And the other thing was the styrofoam recycling, like I
Well,
said,
thank you.
it's the big pieces of styrofoam, not cups.
I could not
etc.
figure out
Yeah.
what we could, if we could recycle the plastic the recycling containers, and you could not recycle the peanuts. I'm thinking, what could we recycle then?
Yeah. Right now, only about 10% is being recycled, so this.
So it's the big,
It's those big
Right.
block styrofoams that's included and boxes of appliances. And that's it, Mayor.
thank you, thank you. Councilman,
Thank you. And the seniors, we have several dates that might be, you might want to put in your calendar. On September the 6th at 12 noon, motivational speaker from Valley Hospital will be, have a talk on functional foods, and lunch will be provided. September 12th is the senior picnic, as the mayor mentioned, at Van Soen Park. September the 19th is movie day at 1:30 p.m. September 20th is bingo. It's 1 o'clock and it's $1 a card. And October 2nd, I know I'm getting a little ahead, is the flu shot. And the flu shot in coordination with the Oakland Drug Store and in partnership with the Oakland Board of Health, pre-registration will be September 13th and the
your
27th.
charge?
No charge.
Medicare pays.
So
Medicare.
repeat that again for everybody listening.
So you're going to sign up for the flu shot September 13th and the 27th, and the flu shot actually will take place on October the 2nd from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Senior Center, and the flu shot is being given by Oakland Drug Store in partnership with the Oakland Board of Health. That's it with the seniors and with the DPW. Oh, there's one other
Do they have to
thing.
bring any cards?
Your Medicare card. You-
Medicare.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just moving a little bit more ahead, Ariel has set up a Hunterdon Hills Playhouse trip for Monday, December the 3rd. It's Christmas in the Air. It's $55 a person, which includes bus, lunch, and the show. And the bus will leave the Senior Center at 9:30 a.m. That's Monday, December the 3rd. DPW, ongoing exercising of the water system valves and hydrant flushing continues to meet the standards of the water quality policy of the state of New Jersey. And that's my report.
Councilman.
Thank you, Mayor. Water and sewer, we had a very productive meeting. We're starting to engage with Northwest Bergen for real substantial discussions regarding sewers and connectivity.
The word sewers with a capital
Yes.
S.
So the mayor, myself, Councilman Bialy was there, our attorneys and members of Northwest Bergen. We have a meeting on the 31st for a debrief as far as the output of that meeting, so we'll continue to keep you informed of how that process is going. Also, but September 13th, there will be a 9/11 ceremony down in Veterans Park. As you know, the borough took possession of a piece of World Trade Center steel, and it'll be taking place September 13th at 6 p.m. Veterans Park. There will be some 9/11 families present.
I think scouts are
at that
coming.
meeting. Mike is casting a very large net, the police, fire, first aid, any community groups that wish to come, and he said it's going to be a very, really nice night. Also, it also should be noted that because of the ceremony, all the rec programs will be canceled for that night, so that anybody who wants to attend can. Okay?
At 6 o'clock at Veterans Park.
6 o'clock, Veterans Park. Okay? Also, for anybody that wants to be a coach, and coaching rec sports, anybody's got children coming up through the program, there's going to be a Rutgers safety class, which will be offered before September 1st. As the Rec Commission gets the information together, it will be put on their Facebook page and the Borough Facebook page for the Rutgers class. So anybody who wants to coach children in this town is required to take this safety class. Okay? What else? Also for the OCC, as the mayor had explained, obviously the first newsletter went out. The OCC, the Communications Commission, is still looking for volunteers for some of their committees, and also a commissioner. If anybody's here interested in becoming commissioner on the OCC, there is a vacancy and an opening for that as well. Also look for people to participate in the TV committee that does the council meetings, also covers other events in town that get cable cast throughout the town. Also, anybody wants to submit pictures to the newsletter or ideas for stories or something they want to put into the Crossroads newsletter, just email the committee. The email address is oaklandcrossroads, all one word, @gmail.com. That's oaklandcrossroads@gmail.com. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Somebody, please, somebody doesn't want to know, no one wants to speak?
Motion to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid, Councilman?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Bills to be paid, $204,616.25. So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Net?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, the next meeting, some agendas have September 13th, but it's actually September 12th. So the next meeting, which we'll have our final hearings on the two ordinances that were introduced tonight, the September 12th meeting will be a Wednesday night, and on Thursday, September 13th, as you heard, will be the, excuse me, the 9/11 ceremony. So drive safely. See you next month.